morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are pulling up to this video. It's Robbie. I'm back to react. What's going on with y'all? I'm glad y'all can make it to watch this reaction. Pull up on your boy. This one's going to be coming from that YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue. Dr. Umar exposes the real reason why LeBron James is playing for the Sixers and says he's performing a ritual. Now, we all know Dr. Umar Johnson. He's supposed to be the so-called voice of the black expression, and he's against the whole white power structure, and he ain't with the snow bunnies and all of that. Yet we are still waiting for this school to be open, but I digress. We're going to see what he's actually talking about, what ritual this is that LeBron James is trying to act out. So let's not waste no time. Let's get to the video. Let's go.
Speaking of LeBron, I know you from Philly. How you feel about him playing for the Sixers?
I mean, I've always liked LeBron as a person, as a player. Do I think he's better than Kobe Bryant? Of course not. Do I think he's better than Mike? Of course not. However, I would give him the edge off the court. He has a black wife. Kobe didn't. Mike does not. Okay, black children. He has spoken up just a little more on social justice issues. I can't put him too far ahead of them in terms of social justice because he did side with Israel against the Palestinians. He's pro-Zionist. So I don't give him too much in that regard. And of course, he did help the NBA stage off a black players' protest due to police brutality back during COVID. And that's why the NBA helped him win that COVID championship. That COVID championship that the Lakers won, that was a reward for LeBron James helping the NBA prevent the players from walking out in support of the police brutality protest that was sweeping Black America.
Well, y'all heard it from him. He said for all you Lakers fans that that was a COVID championship, so the Mickey Mouse championship, as they say. So y'all heard it from him.
And he also helped another potential player-led protest where they could have walked out and froze the NBA season based on the Israeli occupation of Palestine. And so when LeBron James and his partner Maverick Carter made that announcement, that they stand with Israel, basically, that really kind of put that on ice, and that stopped a lot of NBA players from trying to speak up for Palestine because that could have turned into another protest. So he has helped the NBA stave off two major protests, one by the black community against police genocide and violence, and another by the entire American community against the Zionists for what they're doing against the Palestinians. So they owe LeBron another championship. And now this decision to come to Philadelphia, I don't have a problem with it. I think LeBron James has done enough for the sport, Art, that if he wants to ring chase, he has a right to. Is he ring chasing? Hell yeah. LeBron is ring chasing. Ain't no question about it. He's coming to the Sixers to ring chase. But I don't have a problem with it because he's done enough for the sport where I think he has a right to ring chase. Now, is he ever going to be considered better than Michael Jordan?
No.
Not by people who saw Michael Jordan play, right? So you and I, we saw Jordan play, we saw Kobe play, we saw LeBron play. We know Mike is better, we know Kobe is better. But guess what, Art? If LeBron wins a fifth or sixth ring, 50 years from now, when people who didn't see Michael Jordan play, Kobe play, or LeBron play, they're just going to see that this guy won 5 or 6 championships with 4 different teams, and he has all the statistics because he played much longer than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. They're going to call LeBron James the GOAT.
Well, that's only because LeBron James came out of high school. And make no mistake, I like LeBron as a player. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a phenomenal player. Is he like what I would consider my GOAT? No. My GOAT would be Jordan. Now, some would argue that, yes, I didn't really watch Michael Jordan play. I was born in '89. He was already in the league 7 years before I got here. And so, 5 years, 5 years. And by the time I started catching up and paying attention to basketball, Michael was pretty much at the end of his second three-peat. So I didn't really watch him like that. But my father did watch Michael Jordan. and I was of it. I was around it, you know. So my father watched Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Had to come fly with me VHS on tape. So, you know, yeah, been a Jordan fan since, you know.
So LeBron ain't playing for now, Art. LeBron is playing for the future. LeBron is playing for when he's 70 years old and the GOAT conversation comes up, it's going to be
Oh, and my moms and my grandmother, they, you know, used to watch basketball and football back in the day. So yeah.
hard not to say LeBron James if he gets 6 rings like Michael Jordan, plus have all the statistical achievements. If he get 5 rings like Kobe Bryant, plus have all of the statistical achievements. Now, there's a lot of conspiracies out there about LeBron coming to Philadelphia partly to complete the Kobe ritual. I don't believe all of it, Art, but I do believe there's some truth to that. I do believe there's some truth to that. LeBron James made the announcement that he was leaving the Los Angeles Lakers on June 30th, Art. That is the same date Kobe allegedly essayed the white girl in Colorado. June 30th, LeBron made his announcement. June 30th is the anniversary of when Kobe allegedly essayed the white girl in Colorado. When LeBron passed Kobe the night before Kobe was unalived, he did it in Philadelphia, Kobe City, with 7 minutes and 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Kobe wore the number 24, right? And then LeBron James made his announcement that he was coming to the Sixers on July the 24th, which is the same time he passed Kobe. 7 minutes and 24 seconds left, Art, in the game. He passed Kobe in scoring, 7:24. And then on 7:24 again, he announces that he's coming to Kobe City.
Interesting how he was actually able, I mean, connecting all of these numbers. I mean, I don't know how true that could be. I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist, okay, but it's like, damn, is that a coincidence?
So he played for the Lakers for 8 years. Kobe wore the number 8, and now he's going to come back to Kobe City and tie him in rings and possibly pass him if the NBA allows him to get 6. They're going to give him 5, Art. LeBron is getting a ring.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to engineer it. Listen, I love the New York Knicks. I was a Knicks fan when Patrick Ewing played. They were my favorite team. When Patrick retired, that's when I went back to my Sixers, right? But I'm going to be honest, and this takes nothing away from the New York Knicks, Art. I like the New York Knicks. Snow Bunny Brunson, Josh Hart, I love them guys. Cat, I love them. But let's be honest,
What you about
Art,
to say?
the NBA playoffs is orchestrated. There's some engineering to the NBA playoffs. The New York Knicks barely got out the first round against the Hawks. They barely got out the first round. You sweep Cleveland, you sweep Philly, you gentlemen sweep the Spurs, and your best player is a 6'1" guard? No way. No way. There was some engineering. New York hadn't had a championship in a long time. They are America's biggest market. On top of that, Black New Yorkers are getting their property snatched up by the Zionists. Mamdani is the mayor. They needed to cover up the property takeover of Black properties by the Zionists in New York City. So by giving New York City the championship, you are able to quiet down all that protest from Black people who are being robbed of their homes by the Zionists in New York. LeBron James coming to Philadelphia, Art, I don't have a problem with it. Good luck to LeBron. Good luck to the family. But do I think he made this decision by himself? Of course not. Not for 1 minute, Art, do I think he made this decision by himself. LeBron James is coming to Philly for a couple of reasons, Art. Number one, to help these Democrats get reelected. That's right. If LeBron James campaigns for any of these Democrats, whether they running for state legislator, city council, mayor, anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania, they also talking about the Pennsylvania governor might want to run for president, Art, or vice president. If LeBron James campaigns for any of Pennsylvania's Democratic Party elected officials, they're likely to win. So this is about election 28, Art. LeBron James coming to the Philadelphia 76ers is partly about election 28. Guess what else it's about, Art? America's 250th birthday. America just celebrated her 250th birthday, Art. What could be better than to have LeBron James come to Philadelphia, win the championship in the red, white, and blue? He becomes Captain Black America. LeBron James is the new Captain America, Art, because with LeBron winning the NBA championship in Philadelphia, Art, that improves America's image. That improves America's reputation. Donald Trump is destroying America's reputation. Donald Trump is destroying America's image. If LeBron James wins the championship for Philadelphia, he becomes Captain Black America. He raises up the respectability of America throughout the world.
I mean, I guess. I mean, if you want to, imply that a sport or an athlete can somehow regalvanize the people into believing that America is this great place or whatever, then have at it. But it's going to take more than a LeBron James winning an NBA championship for the 76ers to make people feel like, oh, America is the best place to be. Not saying that there aren't people who feel like it is the best place, because America is working for people out here. Let's make no mistake. There are people out here that'll say, look, America is working for me. I don't know about you, but it's working for me. But there are a large demographic of people, no matter the shade, color, gender, that feel like America turned their back on them, or America's not for their best interests. So I don't know if LeBron James can solely, make people feel like America is just this great place because he's playing in Philly. Nah, I don't believe that.
People will start believing in America again. They'll believe in the land of the free and home of the brave instead of land of the thief and home of the slave. So this is being done for American propaganda, international relations, America's foreign agenda. America needs LeBron in Philly, Art. Remember that the Knicks didn't win a title for 53 years. The Sixers haven't won a title in 43 years. The Knicks haven't won in 53 years. The Sixers haven't won in 43 years. And the NBA needs to make the East Coast relevant again. The NBA needs to make the Eastern Conference relevant again. Another reason he's in Philadelphia, Art, is to suffocate the gentrification of Black Philly, to suffocate the displacement of Black residents. A couple years ago, Philadelphia was ranked #1 in gentrification throughout this country. We know that Philadelphia County has historically incarcerated more youth without parole than any country in the world. Okay?
Okay, so he's there to suffocate, according to Dr. Umar Johnson, he's there to suffocate the gentrification of Black home ownership and stuff like that. My whole question is, what exactly is LeBron James going to do to circumvent that? Again, we're talking about an athlete, all right? He's not a politician. He's not an activist or anything like that. He is a sports athlete. His job is to put a basketball through a hoop. Is this to say that he can't voice his opinion on who he decides to elect, or not elect, but vote for and stuff like that? I mean, yeah, of course, it's the land of the free, all right? But him coming in and making these type of changes, no, that's what we have politicians for. That's what we have our governor for and our mayor. They're supposed to do that, not LeBron James. And I think that's part of the problem with society today, is that they lean too much on these athletes to be voices for people. And that's not what they're there for. They're there to play a sport. They're there to entertain. That's what your job is. That's what you're being paid millions for. All right.
Right now, Philadelphia has one of the highest Black-white income gaps in the country. Okay. White Philadelphia makes 70% more money than Black Philadelphia. White Philadelphia has 70% more wealth than Black Philadelphia. Okay, the unemployment rate for Black people in Philadelphia is twice as high as whites. The homeless rate at least twice as high as whites. Philadelphia right now is the 7th most expensive place to live in. Okay, from 1980 to the year 2000, Art, 10 predominantly Black Philadelphia neighborhoods have become white. 10 predominantly Black Philadelphia neighborhoods have been gentrified. So with LeBron James coming to Philadelphia, that's going to attract.
You know what it is too, man? There's just very little space and not enough to go around. It's like Philadelphia, very popular city, one of the most famous cities in the world, behind the likes of New York, Los Angeles. I mean, like you said, Philly is where, America's, its inception, its birth. You know what I'm saying? It was in Philadelphia. And so there's just not enough space for everybody. And with us being the minority still, because we only make up what? 14 million in population in America. So, they're like, look, move over, get out the way. We want to live here. Not saying that it's right, but it's just this fight like cat and dog in order to live somewhere because of convenience, location. You know what I mean?
Attract more white people to the city. That's going to raise the property values. That's going to displace more black people out of the city. Okay? So Philadelphia needs this to complete their gentrification. America needs this to save the image. The Democratic Party needs LeBron James to help get its people elected. And there's one final reason the NBA needs LeBron in Philly, Art. So the Democratic Party needs him in Philly. White gentrification needs them in Philly. Okay? And another reason why they need LeBron in Philly. The NBA needs LeBron in Philly, Art, because they want to permanently silence the Kobe Bryant GOAT conversation. The NBA don't want Kobe Bryant in the GOAT conversation, Art, because he got accused of SA in the Snow Bunny. I think he was innocent. That Snow Bunny was proven to have lied on other men, I believe, in the past, allegedly. Her own people who knew her said that she was mentally unstable. She had accused other men of doing the same thing who was innocent. I think Kobe was innocent, Art, but it don't matter. It does not matter. The feminist groups are out there, and they will attack the NBA if Kobe Bryant is ever deemed the GOAT. That's why they don't need him in the conversation. That's why they don't.
I honestly thought we was past that. People still harping on that whole situation that happened with Kobe. That was over 20 years ago. They still talking about that. He was acquitted. He didn't get any charges. He didn't serve any jail time, no probation, none of that. And life went on. He went on to have that tremendous 81-point game. He won 2 more championships, you know what I'm saying, without Shaq. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, people still harboring on that? Like, there's way more other things to be focused on. Now, as far as the whole GOAT conversation, I wouldn't necessarily put Kobe in my top 5, only because he single-handedly mirrored his entire game after Michael. He didn't do anything that wowed me. You know what I'm saying? And again, another one who was a phenomenal basketball player. I'm not going to take that from him, but he didn't do anything that we didn't already see. Some may say he's just a carbon copy of Michael because he modeled his whole game behind him. I would even go as far as LeBron James. I would say I would put LeBron over Kobe for the simple fact that LeBron did not model his game behind Jordan. For one, he's different position, you know what I'm saying? Bigger, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would go as far as to say, LeBron. And if he does win another championship, yeah, I mean, might have to put that to rest. But, RIP to Kobe, man, one of the greats.
Allow him in the conversation, Art. That's why they don't allow Kobe in the conversation, because of the SA allegation. Bringing LeBron to Philly, Art, to get 5 rings and tie Kobe in Kobe City and possibly get 6 rings and pass Kobe again in Kobe City, just like he did on the scoring list, Art. As far as the NBA is concerned, that will crush the argument of Kobe Bryant being the greatest of all time. He cannot be the GOAT because he tried to start a professional basketball league in China to rival the NBA. He tried to start a professional sneaker team, a player-owned sneaker team that would have rivaled Nike, allegedly. They can't have it, Art. And he was accused of SA-ing a white woman. They can't have Kobe in the GOAT conversation. That's why they hired Allen Iverson, Art. Allen Iverson retired in 2013, I think it was, Art. Allen Iverson been retired for 13 years. He's the greatest Sixer of all time as far as I'm concerned. One of my favorite players of all time. Allen Iverson never kissed nobody's ass. He did everything his way. That's why they never gave him a championship. But here's the thing, though, Art. Allen Iverson considers Kobe and Mike to be the best two players. He said this repeatedly, that Kobe and Mike are at the top. Allen Iverson. That's why they just gave him a player development coach job, Art. Why they didn't hire Allen Iverson since he retired? He's been retired for 13 years, Art. They never gave him a job. All of a sudden, they give Allen Iverson a player development coach job. You know why, Art? Because they're going to give LeBron the title. Allen Iverson will get a championship as a player development coach. So Iverson gets a ring and LeBron gets a ring. And the reason they need Iverson on board, Art, because Iverson is the most popular Sixer of all time. If they give Iverson a ring, the gentleman's agreement will be you can no longer say Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron. If the Sixers win the title, Art, and Allen Iverson gets a ring as a player development coach, he can no longer say Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. The NBA.
It's amazing how he's came up with this analogy. How he's come up with this. I don't see that, but I mean, hey,
wants to crush Kobe's legacy. They don't want him talked about in the GOAT
that's
conversation.
not going to happen, though.
So we're going to.
We know that when it comes to the whole barbershop talk and stuff like that, y'all know, Kobe's going to always come up in conversation, especially them diehards. Lakers fans, they are not going to let Kobe's legacy get buried like that underneath LeBron. No, they're not letting that. They're not letting that go. They're not going. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, the thing with Michael and Kobe, one thing I'll give them both is that they won all their championships with the same team. LeBron, like you said, ring chasing. He go from one team to the next. I mean, if you want to look at that like, okay, he went from team to team and he got rings and collected them like Chaos Emeralds, I guess. But it's different when you build a dynasty with one team, though, you know. But the sports watchers today are different than, say, 20 plus years ago. Like the 20-something-year-olds today, they don't really care about you staying with a team forever and building a dynasty. They don't care about that, you know.
Bring LeBron to Philly. We're going to give Allen Iverson a job in Philly, who we never treated the way he should have been treated. Allen Iverson was never treated well by the Philadelphia 76ers, especially after he retired. And now he gets a coaching job. Art, when LeBron gets there, that's because they need Allen Iverson on board to say LeBron is the GOAT, or at least he's number 2 to Michael Jordan. They need Allen Iverson to stop saying Kobe is better than LeBron, and that's why they hired him as a coach.
So what you basically saying is that before LeBron James leaves the league, they want to make sure that he goes out with a bang, that he gets the proper red carpet treatment, that he surpassed Kobe in rings, and he's second to Jordan. Because what they're not going to do is they're not going to let him pass Jordan. I don't care what anybody says. LeBron James is not getting any more rings than Jordan. And even if he does, it won't matter. It's not going to matter. You know why it's not going to matter? Because here's what we know to be fact. LeBron's been in the league since he was in high school. He came straight out of high school. He didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? He missed those particular years of mental development, the fundamental development needed, you know, to bring to the NBA. He came straight out of high school, hence why he didn't, you know, get a ring. Now, granted, Michael Jordan didn't get a ring as soon as he got to the league, you know, because we had to, you know, Larry and Magic had to get they shit off. You know what I'm saying? We were still in the 80s, you know, so we had to finish out the Larry and Magic era. But when the 90s rolled around, it's like, okay, you know, Magic is retiring. Larry Bird's beat the hell up. So Jordan, let's go. You know, it's your world now. So, yeah. But LeBron, I mean, same thing. They pretty much gave him the red carpet treatment, the rollout. He had been talked about since he was in high school. I remember I was in middle. LeBron has been, let me tell y'all how long this nigga's been playing. LeBron has been playing basketball since I was in middle school, my nigga. I'm 36. I'll be 37 in December. This nigga been playing basketball since I was in the 8th grade. The NBA. He got drafted 2003, started the preseason, the season in 2003. First game was against the Kings. Yeah, I was in middle school. It's crazy.
So America has a reason for LeBron being here, Art. White gentrification has a reason for LeBron being here. The Democratic Party has a reason for LeBron being here. And the NBA has a reason for LeBron being here. And I don't have a problem with it. Let LeBron finish his career here. I like him as a person. He's not much of an activist at all, but I do like him as a person.
He's
a
an
good
athlete.
guy, black wife, black children, never been in no trouble. I got nothing but respect for him. But he did not make this decision by himself. The Zionists of the NBA helped him to make this decision.
All right, that's going to be the end of the video. Shouts out to Art of Dialogue. I'll be sure to link this video in case y'all want to go check out some more of their content, support them, subscribe to them. Yeah, man, I mean, you know, it's left up to speculation. Some may agree with what Dr. Umar is saying. I don't entirely agree with too much of what he's saying because regardless of whether or not that's their intent to try to diminish or wipe out Kobe's legacy, it's not going to work. It's not. Not in the eyes of people who are Kobe fans and Lakers fans. They're not going to let that happen. Now, will he probably get more rings than Kobe? Possibly. If they engineer this season to get them to the finals, and I'm going to be honest with you, as a Knicks fan, I don't think us Knicks fans will really give two shits if the Knicks win a championship next year because we won this year. And so we don't have to win for another 53 years, not putting that on them. I don't want to jinx them, but if we win, we win. Cool. If we don't, all right, well, we won last year. We got a ring in the 2020s. You feel me? So, you know, let's be happy about that. You know, we did win a championship in this decade, so it's not going to matter. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure y'all chin check on that like button, sub to the channel, spam them comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this one, if you agree with him or if, you know, you feel like how I feel. That being said, it's your boy Robbie. Till the next video, we out.